As time went on, one of the tactics that we used was to introduce water into the residence. We had cut power, turned gas off in an effort to try and make it uncomfortable for him to finally come out. I think in the end, the water finally got to him, and he was tired of being cold and wet.
A standoff comes to an end after Douglas County Sheriff's deputies, Omaha police officers, and the FBI worked for more than 24 hours to get a man with mental health issues to come out of a house. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jake Wazakowski. Well, that man eventually surrenders, but authorities say he killed an Omaha police K-9 officer. It all started around 5 Friday evening when deputies attempted to serve a mental health order. It ends just before 7 tonight. KMTV reporter Miranda Christian is live near 83rd and Keystone Drive with the story.
Now, this house behind me here, this is where everything happened in the last 25 hours here. Now, investigators, they're still on scene. They're inside the house going through everything and taking pictures of what's in there. Now, this was a joint effort between the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, Omaha Police, Omaha Fire, and the FBI. Now, the day-long standoff had law enforcement using every tactic they could. They tried to negotiate with LaRue, but made little contact with him throughout the whole thing. They were told by family members that he had multiple firearms in the house. At first, they tried a robot. When that got stuck, officers went in and LaRue shot several shots at them, fortunately not hitting any of them. After several more hours of trying to get him out of the house, they eventually cut off his gas and power and flooded parts of the house. Then around 6:45, he finally came out and surrendered.
The officers and deputies were out here all night in the cold. It was freezing, as you can see, and they did an excellent job to have this thing come to an end as peacefully as it did.
When the task force tried to send in a K-9 named Cobus, the suspect LaRue shot and killed Cobus. No one else was injured during this standoff, but the loss of the K-9 officer hits just as hard for everyone who was out here. Now, LaRue could be facing several felony charges, including the one for killing that K-9 officer. He was taken away to receive medical treatment and will be booked in the jail. Reporting live, I'm Miranda Christian, KMTV Action 3 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Miranda. Well, K-9 Officer Cobus has been with the department for 8 years and was preparing for retirement. Police Chief Todd Schmatter released this statement tonight. The loss of our K-9 brings great sadness to the department and to his partner and handler, Officer Matthew McKinney. Cobus died in the line of duty in order to protect the lives of sworn law enforcement. You can find Chief Schmatter's full statement on our website at KMTV.com. Well, the community is already coming together to show their support for the police department. 2 women from the Nebraska Humane Society heard of Cobus's passing and brought an American flag to the officers. Kelly Brown says it's a simple way to honor Cobus.
I know that those dogs are a handler's family and best friends. They go home with them that night. They take care of them. They live with the families. They come to work with them every day. Those dogs are their life. So I can only imagine what the handler's going through right now.
Brown says the death of a K-9 officer is rare and just as tragic because Cobus was just doing his job alongside his fellow officers.